In this week's video, we're going to focus on an operation that's usually overlooked on the Peoria subdivision. This is Union Pacific's Allen grain train. Now in this video, we'll get a close look at how the crew goes about building this particular train, hear some history about this line and how the operations came to be, and along the way, capture some surrounding shots with the drone. We'll kick things off along Route 136 as light power arrives at Encompass Grain and Rail just west of San Jose, Illinois. As the power rolls by this facility, you can put into perspective on how massive this complex actually is. Getting a view from County Road 1600, we'll get up close to the power assigned for this train. All three of these units are owned and operated by Union Pacific and were built by GE in the early 2000s. Now, some of the history behind these operations and how they came to be is all thanks to the C&W Railway. Ever since the Chicago and Northwestern Railway debuted the Southern Illinois Extension in 1913, the siding has seen all sorts of rail merchandise traffic. In 1997, Toloma Grain built this facility exclusively for transferring grain to rail traffic. Fast forwarding to this current day, Encompass Grain and Rail is now who owns the silo complex and is one of the main customers of Union Pacific along the Peoria subdivision. Let's get a closer look as the crew works on pulling the last bit onto the main line. Now on this day, the crew would focus on first building the rear half of their train before doubling up on the main. Since no other trains were expected to run the line this day, the crew had this section of the main line at their disposal. After the crew coupled back up with the 5269, the conductor will climb aboard this unit for the shove back. We'll pick back up along County Road 1600 as this train shoves north towards the elevators. Once the crew ties down this section of the train, the whole process will be repeated for the next cut of rail cars. After the crew is done joining this cut, they'll go ahead and uncouple the lead locomotives. Watch and listen as the air hose breaks free as they uncouple and pull away. Now on this particular day, the consist took significantly longer than usual. This was likely due to the higher number of cars assigned to this train. In fact, around an extra 10 hoppers had to be parked on the spur, the same track the power is going down right now. Now on other days, when the siding isn't as congested, this location may be used as a holding area for power. Earlier on, I'd actually get the chance to see a rare lineup of former Norfolk Southern Power on the siding. All 5 of these units were on their way to Mexico and somehow made their way down this line. Capturing something like this is far from ordinary, as the main line rarely sees this much foreign power all at once. At this point, the crew still has a fair amount of work left to do. The time at which this train left is unknown, but the job would definitely last throughout the night. We'll wrap up things by watching the crew finish doubling up this section on the siding. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed watching, give this video a like and leave your comments down below. For more videos of railroad content like this, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already.